I always tell people my first break was the year that I was in '98, which was the first year that I made a complete living as an actor. But I think that Hollywood would see my first break as 2 Weeks Notice, which came out in 2001. I came from the indie world and NYU student film world, so it was just natural to me. Even when I was doing 2 Weeks Notice, I was running back and doing an NYU student film on my off days. So it was just where I come from. I come from like a blue collar kind of like working class acting background, and so when you do theater, you do commercials, you do the print gigs, you do everything to put food on the table and to be creative, and so that's just kind of the background I've always had, and that's kind of the aesthetic that I maintain, which is why I identify with Sam Jackson so well, because he still has that. As much money and as big of an artist, as big of a movie star as he is, he still approaches it in terms of like, yo, I'm still excited about this, and I'm still going to do the work that excites me, even if I'm working 24/7.
MC Wordsmith, DJ Malik, the Cut Mystic, and that is you. Your group was signed to Sunshine. You knew my dad. You worked with him.
I used to do my thing back in the day. My cousin John could rhyme his ass off.
I was in a group with my cousin and a friend of ours.
Who was it?
Down Low Poets.
You were in a gay rap group?
Nothing's gay about that. It was the 90s. Big Words is a film about three guys debating on whether, middle-aged guys in our 30s, that are having to come to terms with where their life is at this very moment in time, set with the backdrop of it being Election Day 2008, when the world elected the first black president, voted for the first black president. And you watch these guys' journey. Neil Drumming is the writer and director of the film. He comes from music literature background, but he also is a film student. They don't really talk about that much in the press, but he was a film student at UCLA first, I believe, or USC. And this is a film that is about three self-absorbed black men on a day when everyone else is kind of looking outward. These guys are looking inward and are self-absorbed on a day when everyone else is thinking about what, yes, we can. These guys are thinking, what have I done? What is happening to me?
So they call you Big Words, huh? Wordsmith?
Yeah, it's on account of my last name, Smith.
Your name is John Smith? That is nobody's name. That's the name they get the dead bodies.
It's John Doe. My character being John Big Words Smith is one of the main three guys, and we were once a moderately successful rap group that never really reached our full potential, and his life is still kind of spinning out of control as a result of not reaching that success, and he's kind of become super pessimistic because that one dream was not realized. He believes that no dreams can be realized, and it takes this day and this journey that he takes with the woman Annie, played by Yaya Alafia. It takes that day for him to kind of like realize that he's been going about life in the wrong way. The biggest attraction I have to any movie, independent or mainstream, is a story, beginning to end. I'm not even one of those guys who's like, I have to be the lead guy. If it fits, the shoe fits, I'll wear it. You know what I'm saying? But I have no problem with it. But the majority of the time, it's just the story. It was definitely a thing. I read the script and fell in love with the story, and I really identified with it because my background is very similar to the guys in the movie. I come from a hip hop background. I was a member of a group that was very much both feet in the '90s scene, music scene, and we never really reached our full potential. And all three of us ended up bouncing back and having wonderful lives, but that story could have been ours.
I don't need a guarantee. I just need a chance, and I have passion.
I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but music industry sort of sucks right now. One of the big things that Neil and I talked about when we first met about the script was how it's like trying to figure out how to still be a fan of the music you came up on, because it's youth driven, and so as a person in my 30s, you know, no new friends, that kind of stuff don't really apply to me. You know what I'm saying? Buying bottles, I did that. So those kind of, the where hip hop is right now, I want to be a fan of it, but I don't identify with it in the way that I did when I was in my teens and in my early 20s. And so it's like that whole dichotomy of loving something, but you wishing it was doing better. You know, it's like watching your child and you're like, I can't wait till you get through that phase and we can be friends again. Because right now you're a real asshole. You know, I feel that way about hip hop. And so that's kind of like what, you know, that the film kind of addresses that, you know, where it's like, particularly with the character, DJ Malik, where, you know, his wife says to him, you hate this. Why are you still doing this if you hate it? And it's because you feel like you have to do it. You have to be a part of it. You still, you know, it's something that you feel like you had a hand in creating, but at the same time, you're just disappointed in it, you know, and it pains you because you feel like you're the only one sometimes. I'm coming off of a real, like, independent black film high right now, man. It's amazing. Like I just wrapped like this big studio film, this Jerry Bruckheimer thing with all the bells and whistles that come along with that, which was great because it's actually one of the few story-driven movies that you know, character-driven movies that he's done. It's a film called Beware the Night. So I'm wrapping this film. We're shooting this film at the same time promoting Big Words with the whole AaFFRM movement and Ava and all what they're doing, and so to go from that big film set to go to this and see these people who really love and who really are all about the movement and about art and telling our stories, to kind of live in both of those worlds right now is really, you know, fulfilling my spirit. And then leaving New York and coming to Philly to be a part of the BlackStar Film Festival, I just feel completely refreshed.
Your rap group is fighting.
Big words. Small talk.
What's up? My name is Dorian Missick, and you're watching Reelblack, home of the black film movement, independent.